Imagine preparing for a major life event, one that could involve significant costs, like long-term care for yourself or a loved one. Many families find themselves wondering how they will manage these expenses. It is a big question that often leads to exploring vital support programs, and one of the most important is Medicaid. So, what is the monthly income threshold for Medicaid? The straightforward answer is that there is no single national income threshold for Medicaid. Eligibility is actually quite complex and varies significantly by state, the specific Medicaid program you are applying for, and even your household size. For example, some states have an income cap for long-term care Medicaid, which might be around $2,829 per month in the year 2024, but this is not universal and can be managed in different ways. The reason for this variation is that, while the federal government sets broad guidelines, each state has the authority to implement its own Medicaid program within those parameters. This means what qualifies you in one state might not in another. Furthermore, you will find different rules for different types of Medicaid. For instance, standard Medicaid, sometimes called acute care Medicaid, often uses what is known as modified adjusted gross income, or MAGI, to determine eligibility, especially for younger individuals, families, and pregnant women. However, when we talk about long-term care Medicaid, which covers nursing home care or home and community-based services, the income rules change dramatically. Many states use a specific income cap for long-term care. If an applicant's income exceeds this cap, they might not be immediately disqualified. Instead, they might need to use a special financial tool called a qualified income trust, also known as a Miller Trust, to effectively spend down their income to meet the limit. Other states operate under a medically needy program or a spend-down program, where you can become eligible after incurring medical expenses that reduce your countable income below a certain level. It is also important to consider the spousal impoverishment provisions for married couples, which are designed to protect the income and assets of the spouse who is not seeking long-term care. Given these complexities, your best first step is always to check the official Medicaid website for your specific state. These websites provide detailed information on current income limits and eligibility requirements for all their programs. You can also contact your state's Medicaid agency directly. They have staff who can help answer your questions and guide you through the initial steps. For more complex situations, especially if your income is near or above the stated limits, consulting with a qualified elder law attorney in your state is highly recommended. They specialize in these intricate rules and can provide personalized advice. Understanding terms like modified adjusted gross income, or MAGI, versus the specific income caps used for long-term care is where the nuances of Medicaid eligibility truly lie. For long-term care, if your income is too high, a qualified income trust, or QIT, which some also call a Miller Trust, can be a game changer. This legally established trust allows you to deposit income that exceeds the Medicaid limit into a special account each month. The funds in this trust are then used to pay for medical expenses or a portion of your care costs, making you eligible for Medicaid assistance. This is a powerful tool for families looking to secure necessary care without exhausting all their resources. Remember, it is not just about income, as asset limits also play a critical role, and these vary by state as well. Navigating Medicaid eligibility can feel like a labyrinth, but knowing that income thresholds are not uniform and understanding the tools available to manage them is incredibly empowering. By educating yourself on your state's specific rules, exploring options like qualified income trusts, where applicable, and seeking expert guidance when needed, you can confidently plan for future care needs. This proactive approach helps ensure that you or your loved ones receive the essential support and services without undue financial strain, ultimately bringing peace of mind.